So today I thought it'd be a good idea to, make an annoying units tier list. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a good idea to do that. Oh man, because 7th anniversary is pretty dry right now. So we're gonna start off with each of the tiers. We have not annoying, slightly annoying, annoying, very annoying, and extremely annoying. From the bottom up, not annoying. These are units that like you mainly face, or maybe don't, but you mainly face them, and you don't really feel anything. If you play Dun when the Ginyu Force is relevant, they really weren't annoying, or you straight up just don't see them like at all, like Demon King Piccolo, or like Ultra Gogeta, or like Cacao. Like you never see them in PvP recently. Next up, we have slightly annoying. These are units that you face and you're like, oh damn, these are like pretty annoying. Well, not pretty annoying, but like like you feel something when you face them, or you face them enough. Now starting this off, we have Gogeta. Really a unit you don't really see that often, and like kind of annoying, not really. Probably gonna have to skip through a lot of these. We have like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Like I can't really say a lot on him. Like all he does is have endurance and restore vanish. That's really mainly what he does. A whole lot to talk about. Like a lot of these units just either have endurance, or like do lots of damage, or like have one special gimmick, like the final counter. And there's just not a lot of talk. Annoying, these are units that like you go up against, and like you actually feel pretty annoyed going up against them, whether that be like disrupt or amount of damage they do, or that they're just a revive unit. Now like these guys definitely have a lot more to be said about them. Like for example, like Fusion Zamasu just does a crazy amount of damage, but like he's not to the point where he's like very, very annoying. Or like same with Daima Goku, like just lots of damage, but not to the point of like just extreme annoyance. That's like you can say that with a lot of these units. Like most of the revive characters are here. That's only because like revive is an objectively annoying mechanic. Like it's an objectively annoying mechanic to go up against. We have like now it is here purely for the fact of time stop, annoying alone. IT Goku, AoE green cards, and lock-in. He's only not higher because he doesn't have like endurance or anything like that. Bully may raise some eyebrows. He's strictly only here because switching, objectively annoying. Kid Buu, stupid amounts of damage. The 2 Beast Gohans, I was tempted to put I should have probably put the OG Beast Gohan, a very annoying. Like I definitely should have, stupidly high amounts of damage with just one blue card. Cover null basically nearly all the time when he was back then when he was really good. Red Beast, tanky as hell for some reason. Way too tanky when he came out. Did way too much damage and remove vanish. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Both the UIs. No UI is under not annoying, especially with the Zenkai one. Just good. He does good amounts of damage, but it's still revive. Revive Pycon strictly only here because revive. And now we move up to very annoying. These units are just something else entirely. Like they're just straight up not fun to fight against. Now we're gonna actually start going through these units one by one. Transforming UI, just stupidly crazy amounts of damage. He's a UI, so he obviously gets all the auto dodge BS. On top of that, transformation with the MUI mechanic. Yeah, if MUI was here, he'd definitely be very annoying. And on top of that, he has one of the most busted green cards in the game. Kale and Khalifa, tanky, disrupt, lock-in. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Some would probably argue that the 2 Daima units deserve to be extremely annoying. Me personally, like I just like as I look up at extremely annoying, I just don't think they don't reach that derogatory, whatever you want. Extremely annoying, they have multiple, way too many. Raid Shenron, if you were not playing, he is like Majin Ku in Do, except, way more paralysis, because my man just straight up hit you with a tap attack, or got hit with a tap attack, whichever one of the two. Instant paralysis, and it had a guaranteed hit of at least 1 paralysis. Ultra Turles, purely for the fact to come back and just stupidly high amounts of damage. Gohan and Trunks, only like same reason, only here for literally one thing, or like one thing, more like stupidly high amounts of damage as all that, and also it's basically Revive 2.0. God Goku might turn some heads, but I have a good reason. With his plat, he's extremely annoying to go up against, mainly because, you know, immune to AoE greens, well, that's always been a thing, and Vanish Restore. You know, those two things are enough to get you basically slightly annoying, if not annoying. And on top of that, you give him Endurance and nullifies, you know, blue card effects and ultimate effects. Yeah, that's enough to get you in very annoying. Oh yeah, and nullifies ornament factor. Can't forget that. Fusing Vegito might turn some heads. Like you might see him all the way in very annoying, but see Fusing Gogeta only in slightly annoying. You might be wondering, what's the difference? You know, they both fuse and get their health back. Well, one has a guaranteed rising rush and better disrupt. Like, yeah, if that don't deserve very annoying, I don't know what does. Transforming Vegito, you know, just BS long combo cards that just basically, oh yeah, and can nullify, you know, basically everything in the game. Shin, just overall way too annoying support. Ultra Golden Frieza, same reason as Turles, except just the same thing, except his comeback was just straight up better. That's really about it for Ultra Golden Frieza. I mean, hey, Cover Null on green and Vanish Restore, yeah, I don't know what is. Ultra Janemba, you know, very first Counter-Strike card in the game, Counter-Strike Gauge, and gives you an ultimate. Yeah, Ultra Goku Black, if you were not playing when this guy came out, consider yourself very, very lucky. He had a stupidly good blue that inflicted literally everything under the sun, including paralysis. And 3 ultimates. And Vanish Restore, yeah. Easily one of the most annoying ultras ever. Fat Gotenks, if you were not playing, literally just, he had a modern disrupt in like 2023. Like, yeah. Zamasu, Blue Zamasu, just pan, but better. And if you do not understand that, better support, well, not better support, but he basically had better disrupt than pan, which is crazy to say. UI, Ultra UI sign, like immune to strike-based blues and stuff like that. And also the no switching and 2 ultimates, yeah. And he's a UI. Yeah, that ain't gonna help you. Ultra Kid Buu, literally just straight up probably one of the most toxic units ever, despite, you know, he's a Buu being one of my favorites. I will not hold back. AoE green, one of the most busted AoE greens ever. Literally designed to counter literally one other ultra. Endurance, busted, like just stupidly high amounts of damage. That's really all he's here. Beast Gohan, Beast Gohan, like, you know, high damage. Oh, this ultra, yeah, high damage. Stupidly OP mechanic of the special beam. Well, it's not OP, but, you know, stupidly high damage it's capable of doing. And then you also have the ultimate. Yeah, that is way too good. Ultra Perfect Cell is just, you know, just does lots of damage. Pan, ooh, this one's gonna be fun. Stupidly, when she came out, she was stupidly tanky, stupidly good support for her team, and basically gave Death Plus for the Gohan, and could switch in whenever she wanted. Yeah, basically, you know, lived for like a year on movies. Goku and Frieza, despite them being probably one of my favorite anniversary units, still very annoying post buff. You know, just you know, sealing, stupidly high amounts of damage, rising rush nullification. That's really about it. But hey, still very annoying. Now we get on to extremely annoying. Now this may be a little controversial, especially if you look at the, you know, the 2 highest. But hey, now we start off with Majin Buu and Do. I'm just gonna combine them into one. Literally the things that carry these people on annoyingness is just how stupid they're heavily on reliant on feints and paralysis. That's really all they're here for. Super Saiyan 3, literally just, you know, transforming VB, but worse. Just stupidly high amounts of damage, very easy cover null, and not only to matter of fact that he just straight up nullifies endurance on entry. Like, yeah, that's fun to deal with, and probably the longest combos in the game. You know, very annoying. Ultra Majin Vegeta, literally, I feel like I don't really need to say a lot, but I am anyway. Blast, basically cannot blast against him. AoE greens that go type neutral. Tree of Might Goku, probably a little controversial, but I'd say he's extremely annoying. Basically literally nullifying everything in the game. Despite him not being the tankiest, still very, very annoying. And don't forget Projectile Green. Not Projectile, but it's like a Beam Green. That grants him Cover Null, by the way. Daima Goku. This is easily the most toxic Daima unit / annoying in the game right now. I mean, you basically get a rush for doing the bare minimum. You know, just Vanish, green card, blue card. Damn, like that's like what, 3 Dragon Balls right there? And now we get on to the tippity top. None of this is ordered. I just thought Ultra Gogeta 4, AoE green that locks in, blue that replenishes Vanish and gets a crazy amount of. There's a crazy amount of damage depending on how many cards are destroyed. Kaioken, solely here for the fact that he lock strikes and gets an insane amount of Vanish gauges. Rathan 1 and Rathan 2, you know, just way too good for what they are, you know. Like Super Saiyan 2 with, you know, no strikes, counter blues, and an AoE and endurance. Yeah, you belong up there. Rathan 2, endurance, no long range blues, just like Baby, except unlike Baby, this guy has endurance that basically cannot be unnullified, and can cover change against blues. Now we're on to Super 17. Oh boy, stupidly high amounts of damage even against type disadvantage. One of the best green cards in the game, probably. And a cover change that gives you a guaranteed ultimate. Enough said. Goku and Bardock. Ooh, if you were not playing when this guy was around, then consider yourself very lucky. If you were, my deepest condolences. But this unit, they basically did everything. Like, as soon as Ultra UI hit, they were #1 for like 3 months, for like 2 months, and it was probably one of the worst times ever. AoE greens, easy cover null, good, you know, actually good colors. Nobody could really do anything against him. Like, Legends Fest units couldn't really do because, you know, they like Evo Ken were just too bad, they age out too quickly. And Ultra and Beast Gohan couldn't do anything because, you know, they started out as blue, which basically nullified them. Now we're on to the 2 fusions. Ultra Gogeta Blue had as infamously had its futile and was very tanky on release. When he released in 2022, Legends Fest 2022, he easily dominated despite him, you know, having despite there being a very good blast-oriented yellow. They couldn't do a lot because he went type neutral. And he basically one-shotted them. Yeah, rip fucking Trunks and Vegeta. And he basically ruled the game until, you know, Ultra Kid Buu released. No one could do anything against him. Just straight up too tanky, and they decided to release, you know, stupidly high amount of green units. You know, they released Rev UI, which infamously, he was not really that good. That's really it. And now we're on to Ultra Vegito Blue. Now this may be controversial, especially if this is your favorite Ultra, but I do not care. Now, this guy was not fun to go up against at all. Like, as someone who didn't pull him, you either pulled him or you didn't. He wasn't #1, but he damn felt like it when you're going up against him. Red unit, he had like everything countering him under the sun, you know. Despite Goku and Frieza still being better, he was just still way more annoying. He had probably some of the longest combos ever in this game. Easily 99 hit. Remove Vanish on entry, meaning you could do some really, really stupid stuff with that final counter cell. And even Gogeta 4 for some ungodly reason. He has easily one of the most toxic green cards in the game. That's deserving the most toxic unit. Yeah, nothing could really counter him. Gogeta Blue couldn't do anything against him because he had card protection. Very first unit to have card protection. And Ultra Kid Buu couldn't do anything against him because, you know, he just kind of got torn to shreds by him. So yeah, you really couldn't do a lot against him. So yeah, this is the... Oh yeah, one more thing. Yeah, neutral, endurance, no rush. Yeah, that's 100% probably one of the most annoying things in the game to go up against. Anyway, that's the list. Hopefully, you know, you guys can make your own. I welcome you to try to make your own. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, bye.